Do you believe Ukraine meddled in the American election in 2016?
I do, and I think there's considerable evidence.
You do?
Because Russia interfered. The media pretends nobody else did. Ukraine blatantly interfered in our election.
This is a fictional narrative that has been perpetrated and propagated by the Russian security services themselves. Right now, Russia's security services and their proxies have geared up to repeat their interference in the 2020 election. We are running out of time to stop them. In the course of this investigation, I would ask that you please not promote politically driven falsehoods that so clearly advance Russian interests.
Ted Cruz could learn something from Fiona Hill, obviously. Good morning and welcome to Morning Joe.
No.
It is Monday. No, he can't. He just can't.
He can't. No, because you know the thing is, all 17 U.S. intel agencies have told senators like Ted Cruz that that's a lie. They've all said that Russia has interfered and that Ukraine hasn't. And in fact, Ted Cruz and other senators were warned not to repeat this Russian propaganda. Don't repeat the propaganda from an ex-KGB agent. And that's exactly what he did.
So it's not that he can't, it's that he won't. With us, he
is willfully choosing.
That's correct.
He is willfully choosing to ignore our intel leaders and the intelligence community. He's willingly choosing to ignore the United States military. He's willfully choosing to ignore what he's heard even from the heads of Homeland Security. And he's willfully ignoring the warnings from America's own intelligence professionals that Donald Trump appointed, by the way, who say this is Russian propaganda. Please do not push it. And Ted Cruz from Texas has decided he would rather be Putin's puppet, if that's what he needs to be, to support Donald Trump right now. It is a strange legacy to attach to yourself, but he has done it.
Thanks for checking out MSNBC on YouTube, and make sure you subscribe to stay up to date on the day's biggest stories. And you can click on any of the videos around us to watch more from Morning Joe and MSNBC. Thanks so much for watching.